Morning. I'm not sure you ever get used to these early starts, but today it's worth it. This is the 4th year that Pedigree have been campaigning really hard to raise as much money as they can for their annual adoption drive. Today we're going to get just a snapshot of the kind of difference the money you've helped raise this year will make. Unfortunately, dog abandonment in the UK has reached an 11-year high. Some people put this down to the recession, some people put it down to a lack of understanding about what owning a dog is all about. Me, I think it's a combination of all these factors. Since its inception, this scheme has raised over £1 million to help Britain's abandoned dogs and the rescue centres that look after them. Our first rescue centre is here, Ashbourne Animal Welfare. They've been open over 20 years and in that time they've managed to rehome thousands of dogs. I'm here to meet Barbara and her team to find out what they get up to on a daily basis. But I'm also here to give them some good news.
Most of the people that come along want to adopt,
Yeah.
want a nice family dog. I mean, they don't come as ready-made pets, unfortunately, and sadly a lot of the dogs have come in obviously a little bit disturbed, or they probably haven't been socialised with other dogs.
So I take it a lot of your staff spend quite a bit of time, teaching manners and this sort of thing.
That's it, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's what we really want to do more of, is to make the dogs rehomeable. The last grant that we received from the Pedigree adoption drive helped us to build these.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So it's a quieter area for the dogs.
So I suppose grants like that are very important.
Vital, especially at the moment where people are really not able to give as much perhaps as they used to.
What would you sort of say to people to try and encourage them to sort of get involved and help out?
Well, to remember it's ongoing. I mean, this problem of abandoned dogs isn't going to go away. And it's tragic when you look at dogs like this to think that he was found as a stray. He came to us through the dog pound. If we hadn't have taken him, he would have been put to sleep. And he's just delightful. Yeah. And they all are.
Yeah, they are. Well, I think you're doing an absolutely amazing job. And I'm really pleased to let you know that your grant application has been awarded this year.
Oh, really?
And that's one of the reasons we're here, is to give you a cheque for £4,000.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you very much.
That's all right.
That's great.
It's really nice to be able to give something to these guys and know that they'll make such a big difference to the dogs that they're looking after. The next home we're off to visit is Birmingham Dogstone. They've been running for nearly 120 years. Birmingham have been awarded this year's largest Pedigree adoption drive grant of a fantastic £25,000, although they don't know it yet. Darren, how are you doing?
Steve, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How many dogs do you have here now?
We can house up to 110 dogs. I think we've got 97 at the moment.
Wow, okay.
But over the year, we're looking at about 4,000 dogs.
But have you noticed it's changed over the last few years at all? Have people mentioned the recession as part of the problem?
Yeah, you'll get people phoning in saying that they can't afford to look after the dog anymore. You'll get comments that it's my kids and my dogs. This is the block that we keep the mum and the pups in, and there's a pregnant dog in here at the moment as well.
Right, oh okay.
So we'll just see how she is.
Yeah.
I don't want to spook her too much. She does get quite stressed out.
And are these just normal kennels then? These aren't specifically designed for whelping bitches?
No, just standard kennels as you would find throughout the home, so it's a bit drafty. We have heating in there, but it is just an electric fan heater, unfortunately, at the moment.
But I suppose in a situation like that, that's where you're going to need to have a purpose-built area.
What we want is a unit that is isolated away from the rest of the home.
And obviously you've got to, it costs you a great deal of money to look after all these animals. Do you get any government funding at all?
No, it's all fundraising, donations into the home.
Because I'm here to tell you that you've actually been awarded the biggest grant this year. You're getting the full £25,000.
Oh wow, thank you. Thank you, Pedigree, thank you, Steve, for bringing that news. That is superb, really, thank you. It'll make a massive difference to us, what we do here. It'll be fantastic. It'll make a world of difference for the dogs as well. We have pleasure in announcing we have £25,000 from Pedigree to make our maternity unit happen.
It's always going to be an emotional experience coming to Rescue Centre, but doubly so when you've got grant cheques in your back pocket that are going to make a real difference to dogs' lives. And I must say, I've been overwhelmed at just how positive and optimistic the staff have been at both centres. They're doing such amazing work to find homes for so many of these abandoned dogs. And remember, it's not just the 2 centres that we've seen today that have benefited from the Pedigree Adoption Drive grants. If you do want to find out whether adoption is right for you, you can check out the adoption tool function at pedigreeadoptiondrive.com.